Welcome back, everyone, as we continue our playthrough as the German Empire here on Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It's November 1908. We are at war with the greatest power on the planet, the British. The first battle that we took them on went pretty well. This is a whole different set of circumstances, though. We've got 5 British battleships, the Hood, the Rodney, the Lion, the St. Vincent, the Cornwallis, along with 2 heavy cruisers, to face off against our 2 battleships. The good news is these are Jane Lew class. They're not the newest dreadnoughts, but they are dreadnoughts of ours. I'm hoping that evens the odds. It looks like he's only got 10-inch guns, up to 10.5-inch guns on a couple of these. We've got 13s, and hopefully we can score a couple of quick knockout blows. Let's go ahead and dive into this one. We're already getting in range. We're already up near 10% accuracy. I really want to see what his accuracy is going to be. And I'm hoping that we won't auto switch off targets too much. I think that there's a way to do that. Maybe not. I don't want them switching off the targets constantly. It drives me nuts because then they have to like they just did, redo all the aiming. We were at almost 10%. Now we're back down to 3%. I am keeping a tight formation. I probably need to slow down. I mean, it's going to make him a little more accurate, but it's going to make me more accurate as well. Hopefully we can start landing some hits. There we go. We got a couple partial pen, though. That's not making me feel too great. We just got to hope he doesn't land any good hits until we can knock out a couple of these battleships and even the odds. We're up to 21%. That's good. We just got to get some penetration now. There we go. 2,600 damage. We haven't identified any of these ships yet, but we're about to. That's a good start. And looks like he's trying to get away from me, which is even better. He's not turning to fight. I do only have 10 inches of armor. It's a 53% quality, which means it's not Krupp armor, I don't think. I think this is probably Harvey armor because these are not my newest battleships. So these aren't exactly the best ones to be taking these guys on with. Yeah. Alright, I want to see what his armor quality is like because I know it's thicker than mine. That's the Hood, 18.8 inches. Excuse me. Whew. Swallowed something down the wrong hole there. Yeah, he's at 18.8 inches of armor, and it's the same quality as mine, so the only thing I have going for me is that I have better guns. Because he's got way more firepower, more armor. But I think the Hood is just about out of this fight. The irony, a German battleship sinking a British ship called the Hood. Of course, historically, Hood was really more of a battle cruiser, but very famously basically got blown up with one shot. It was one of the very first shots that Bismarck fired. All but just a handful of men were killed when Hood exploded. Major morale blow to the British, but they recovered and they took Bismarck out. Alright, they can go up to 3 times speed here because we're not really doing anything but going straight. The fact that he has spread out and not concentrated to come at me is really helping me. There goes Hood. I think that is it for Hood. Yeah, Hood's dead in the water. And there she goes. That's one down. So far I've been surprisingly uninspired by the quality of the British Navy. They've got the most tonnage, and they have the best tech next to me. And yet they really haven't put up much of a fight in either battle so far. His heavy cruisers are the only ones really that I can go after at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and speed up. Even though it's going to hurt my accuracy some, I do want to stay within range of these battleships. Honestly, I probably shouldn't even bother with the heavy cruisers. They only have 6-inch guns. Alright, they're turning to fight now. So let's go ahead and slow things back down. Do have some fires on the Jane Lou. Cornwallis is next in our sights. Interesting, we haven't identified this one yet. I guess it wasn't close enough. Alright, we landed some good hits on Cornwallis already. %65% accuracy. That's amazing. Love it. Cornwallis is about to get hit. Lit. Only it's 5 kilometers out. I mean, I don't want to get too much closer though, because big hits on the Rodney. I'm a little concerned about my armor situation. From this distance, he could definitely do some damage, as you've just seen. Jane Lou is taking some fires, taking some hits. Hopefully the Rodney is knocked out here very soon. Oh boy, yeah, we gotta be careful. Why did they go out? Oh, Cornwallis is almost sunk, that's why. I really want to take out the Rodney. Alright, be careful, Jane Lou. Jane Lou's caused 13,000 in damage so far. It's taken 2,100, but we're starting to take some flooding now. That's not good. Gotta be careful here. Alright, come on. Oh boy. Yeah, alright, I'm not liking this. So what I'm gonna do now is, I think we're way too close. I'm gonna go ahead and start turning the whole squadron around. Alright, Rodney's done. Let's go ahead and turn around, try to take out these 3 in the rear, St. Vincent, Antrim, Cochrane. Put a little distance between us and the other 2. Cornwallis has already taken a lot of damage anyway. So we can always come back around for the other 2 once we've dealt with these ones. There we go. So Jane Lou's staying on top of the flooding. Just don't want to let any other compartments get flooded. Oh yeah, there we go. Good news is now they're starting to put some of their fire on the Friedrich Wilhelm. Oh yeah, we just blew up a torpedo. Yeah, his other ships aren't even in sight anymore. I think St. Vincent is done. There we go. It's given us the option to end the battle here, but I want to take out these heavy cruisers. Then I might go ahead and let this go, because I'm not sure we're going to catch up to those other battleships. They're hightailing it out of here. Might have a little bit of an accuracy problem against these faster ships. Now we're starting to get it up there now. 11%. A couple of 13-inch hits ought to do it. Yeah, we're having having a hard time getting above 9-10% accuracy. Oh, they're turning around. They're staying to fight. They're trying to buy time for the battleships to get out of there. Come on, we just need to land one good hit. Getting low on armor-piercing shells, though. These older battleships, I hadn't changed the shell makeup to make it a little more even. They're pretty well maxed out on HE shells. Alright, I think we're going to go ahead and end this one. We sank 3 battleships. The Rodney, the Hood, the St. Vincent. The other 2 got away. That's 26,000 victory points, 3,100 losses amongst his crew. That's a major victory. Okay, here we go. Here we go. It's time for revenge on the battleships of the Japanese fleet. Soryu, Kenrin, 3 heavy cruisers, 4 light cruisers, and a handful of destroyers, torpedo boats. But we're going to bring in one of our Markgraf class battleships. This is one of our better quality. This is Krupp armor, 16 inches of armor. More speed, I think, or about the same. Definitely bigger. Elsass is another Markgraf class. We've got Crown Prince. This is also Krupp armor. Gneisenau, that's Jane Lu class. And then a König class, which is one of our older pre-Dreadnought ships. But I like our chances. Alright, the second we jumped into the map, we started firing. Gneisenau's actually got some damage already. So we want to be a little bit cautious on that structural damage there. Let's see how we want to play this. So there's Markgraf. We've got Ostfriesland. That's the older battleship that I think what we're going to do with that one is we're going to drag it in with our heavy cruisers. And I think we'll put the Rotterdam in there with that too. And then we'll put our other ones together and then pursue. So the good news is we are already at 28% accuracy, and that's from 8.5 kilometers. I see no reason to get closer than that. I'm sure with the low level of tech he's got, even though he's got Dreadnought battleships, that he's not going to have the ability to have anywhere near that kind of accuracy. So we want to keep him at a distance as much as possible. There we go. We've already landed some solid hits. Oh, he just lost his front turret. Beautiful. There goes another turret with a flash fire. He might be done. Oh, yeah, the fire's spreading. He just lost all his turrets except for, what, one on the back, one on the side. Oh, that's it. Sometimes that's all it takes is one hit. We were just talking about the Hood. And, you know, the Arizona is another example of that. One bomb that hit just the right spot on the Arizona destroyed that entire ship and killed a big chunk of their crew. Now, all of our fire moves to this one here. We didn't even get to see what the name was of the first one. I know Soryu was one of them, and Soryu was one of the ones that we struggled with in the last fight against the Japanese. Does he realize he's going straight toward the wreckage of that ship? Maybe he thinks that'll protect him from being hit. That was the Kanrin, so this has got to be the Soryu here. I think it is going to protect him a little bit. Everything missed on that round. Let's head over for a second and look at our escort crew. We do have some damage here too. We're gonna have to bring this fleet in for repairs after this battle. I'm gonna get them back up to full strength. Alright, our strategy's definitely working. All same deal. Same deal, a fire, explosion, and there you go, 35,000 times 5. Wow. Fatal flaw with the Japanese. Just got to penetrate through their armor, and our 13-inch shells certainly did that. I'm not crazy long-term about how thin the armor is. Oh, that's the Geniza now. That's a Jane Liu class, that's why. How much armor do we have on the Markgraf class? 15.5 or 15.8. That's a lot better. Plus it's higher quality. It's a huge difference. Waiting for this torpedo boat to get hit by like a 8-inch shell and see what happens. Oh yeah, there you go. That'll do it. That was a 13-inch shell. That'll definitely do it too. Alright, Geniza now dealing with some fires. But it's pretty much just clean up now and making sure that he doesn't get too close to put torpedoes into us. So we've taken out all of his destroyers and torpedo boats. We're just dealing with a couple of heavy cruisers, a couple of light cruisers now. Already caused a fire. Boy, you get a fire going on one of these Japanese ships and that is it. I mean, just massive catastrophic damage. Many times over what's needed to sink the ship. I'm trying to head over toward these 3 light cruisers so I can take them out with battleships. We're kind of doing a little pincer move. Got the Limburg, the Veneta, the Ostfriesland, and the Rotterdam. So I'm thinking it might be fun to go make a little torpedo run here with the Rotterdam, see if we can't get in close enough. Only 23 knots, so not necessarily super fast. But what's Rotterdam's torpedo range is 1.5 kilometers. We're still out at 7. See if we can get at one of these 2 before they get sunk. Come on, Rotterdam! Yeah, I'm not sure if the Nachi's gonna survive long enough for a torpedo run. Yep, there she goes. Just got lit up. Let's get some smoke going. Protect Rotterdam. There goes Nachi. Problem is now we've got a bad angle for going after the Yatsugataki. Alright, we've got a torpedo in the water going straight at them, which means they're gonna have to turn to avoid me, which then allows me to hopefully... Oh, now they're turning back the other way. Oh, now they got a torpedo in on me. Actually, you know what? I probably was better off to just stay straight. Oh, wow, it was a dud. It nailed the tail end of me and it was a dud. Alright, I gotta be careful here because I'm straying right into the line of fire of my battleships, who have just lit this guy up anyway. Torpedo in the water. That's going to be a hit. Get the kill shot. Oh, it was a dud. Oh, come on. Freaking torpedoes. Now we've endangered ourselves for no reason. There we go. We got him. All right, let's end the battle there. We won't worry about those light ships. 49,000 in victory points. Another massive victory in a row. These Dreadnoughts, with a few exceptions, have performed exactly as I hoped they would. Alright, this should be an interesting fight. It's 1 French transport and 2 heavy cruisers against the Kent II, my heavy cruiser. Now, we do have a bit more tonnage on him. His heavy cruisers are in the 5,000 range. Mine's 8,500. I'm hoping that'll give us an edge. We also have 13 inches of armor. So hopefully we can even these odds out. Take one of them out quick. I don't even care if we get the transport. I just like the idea of winning the battle 1-on-2. So I'm going to try to close the distance. That's the transport out front. That's interesting. So we'll come in right at that with our torpedoes if we get a chance. I'm going to go ahead and slow down to get the accuracy up. It's already up to 12%. A couple of hits probably takes out the transport. There's one. I should be able to cause it to flood pretty quick. Oh yeah, there's a nice hit. Alright, I'm going to go after the warships now, because I think I've, at the very least... Yeah, it's done. Enough flooding already. Mission accomplished. What? I didn't even have to fight the other ships? Oh, I can keep going. Okay, cool. Heck yeah, we're going to keep going. Come on, Kent. Once we identify, I'm curious to see what we're up against as far as firepower, armor, things like that. This is Harvey armor, 53% quality that we have. Nine-inch shell. Okay, so he's got the, that's the Admiral Albee. 12.5-inch, 30% quality armor, so it's not as good as mine. He's got 9.5-inch guns though, so the guns are pretty even. What's his accuracy? Almost as good as mine, so maybe this is more even than I'd like it to be. We're gonna have to land a couple of early hits. We've already accomplished the mission, but I do want to keep this thing alive. He's turning away from me now. What are his secondaries? I have 5-inch. He's got 5, 4, 3s. Oh boy. Not feeling as optimistic about this fight as I was. I think we're going to go ahead and disengage, just out of an abundance of caution. Completed the mission. We're outgunned. I think we're better off to just say, take what we got. This is going to be really interesting because I don't know what's the R here for Lusitania 2. I'm not sure what that means, but Admiral Yi is a heavy cruiser that actually displaces more than the Voltaire, which is a French battleship with 11-inch guns. So we're outgunned, but we're not necessarily outclassed. And our light cruiser, Lusitania 2, is almost as big as his heavy cruiser. So I don't know how this is going to go. This might be one of those ones we just decide we're better off to disengage, but we'll at least take a look at it. So the R might mean reserve or something, because it is way the heck back here, not anywhere near the Admiral Yi. So I guess we'll just go ahead and tell them to start getting caught up. But for now, Admiral Yi is going to be by itself. 13 inches of armor. That is Krupp armor. We're about to get we're going to start building with Krupp 2. 23 knots of speed. 9s and 3s, a couple of torpedoes, but that's about it. So we do have a couple of transports, then we've got the escorts. Mission number 1 is sink the transports. Though with a battleship prowling out there, I think I'd rather deal with it once we identify it. That's it right there. Although he has a heavy cruiser as well. that's probably it there. Alright, first transport is out. Let's go ahead and slow down here. I'm getting a little closer than I'd like to. Hopefully our 9-inch shells can start doing some damage. Let's go ahead and slow down. I'm going pretty fast. I do want to keep this angle. I don't want to turn broadside to him just yet. Give him an easy target. We are getting a little too close for comfort though. Alright, let's take out the Admiral Albay if we can. It's a little closer. Should be a quicker target to destroy. Ooh, this is the moment I'm a little nervous about, is when I'm turning. My torpedo range. 3 kilometers. Why didn't we put a torpedo into him? At the very least we could get one of the transports behind him. There we go, torpedo in the water. Just had to get aggressive with our targeting. Oh boy, that's a lot of firepower coming in at us. Thankfully, a lot of it's partial pen because our armor's doing its job. Well, we didn't even come close to that torpedo, though. Unless it's going to hit this transport, which, no, it's going to easily turn away from it. Alright, there's some flooding in one compartment. A little bit of damage to our steering. Lusitania 2 is still not anywhere on the reservation at the moment. So yeah, a little concerned about this right now. We did get one of the transports. Let's go ahead and start targeting the other. There's one that's out in the distance I'm probably not going to get. Oh, there we go. Wait, was that that wasn't an explosion on my ship, was it? Ugh, that was something. Alright, let's be careful here, Admiral Yi. I don't like how this is going. Oh, we did get some major scores on the Voltaire, though. That's his battleship. And we just blew up one of his torpedoes. Oh, that was a huge penetration hit on Admiral Yi, though. Wow. Okay. Ugh. Sank another transport. Voltaire took some hits, but it's doing okay. We did some damage to both of those ships, but just not worth it. Boy, I'd sure love to have Lusitania somewhere in the vicinity to help out here. Yeah, this might be time to disengage and get out of here before we lose the Admiral Yi. So we'll do the same with Lusitania too. So that wasn't ideal. Still, the victory points come out in our favor. Crew losses in our favor. We do need to put Admiral Yi in for repairs, and that's one of our newer ships. So that's unfortunate, but sometimes that's just the way it works out. Been trying to sue for peace with the Japanese. So far it hasn't worked out. It keeps failing. So now we're going to do a little battleship duel with a couple of light cruisers on the side. It's a Helgoland, which is one of my bigger ships. It's one of the ones that has 4 turrets on it. We do also have the Berlin as a screen. What's their torpedo range? 1.2 kilometers, so it's an older one. But really, this is just about the battleships. And I don't know what kind of force we're dealing with his battleship, but it is a Dreadnought. Hopefully it doesn't land any of that plunging fire on my deck. We're already at over 10% accuracy, even after the first shot. If we slow down, it'll go up a lot higher. Oh, there's a hit already on me. Didn't do much, but don't like seeing that accuracy. So I'm going to bring the Berlin around and fire the smoke because I don't like the hits he's getting already. There we go. Now we're landing some hits of our own. Japanese battleships. It's just baffling to me how much better his battleship tech is, at least from what I've faced, than the British, even though that the country screen, the politics screen, tell us that Japan's way behind on tech and that Britain's advanced. Maybe Japan just put all of their focus into battleship tech. Alright, we're going to bring the Berlin back around. Get them away from the battleship. Come on, baby. There we go. Get those hits in there. Pretty even so far, though. 1,100 damage taken, 1,100 damage dealt. Got a fire up front, too. I don't like this. We're too close. Need to land a major hit with this next salvo from the 13s. 76%, 79, 80% chance to hit. There we go. We tore into him on that one. There's a torpedo on the way here against the Berlin, but I think they're okay. They're gonna miss all three of them. They're not looking long for this world, though. That's alright. Let his battleship keep focusing on my light cruiser for the time being. We are so close right now. 1.8 kilometers. This next salvo had better destroy him. This should do it right here, flooding wise anyway. I want to see this one in real time. Oh, he landed a major hit on me though, right as I was about to fire on him. So we've pretty well pummeled each other. He's done. His flooding is a sinking flooding. But we took major structural damage. And I've already got so many ships being repaired. Going to war with 5 nations at once is not a recipe for long-term success. I certainly did not want to be at war with that many nations at once. You better be careful. The Sakawa is going to have one of those turrets land on them. Alright, he's got torpedoes in the water. Let's cut hard over. We should be fine to miss them. Wow, that's a bit more range than I'm used to. He's out of torpedoes now, though. 3 kilometers of range. The poorly researched Japanese continue to impress me with their research. Alright, let's finish these guys. He did sink the Berlin. What was the last hit? It was a 4. Ah, his light cruiser sank me. Problem is now I have a hard time with accuracy against these small ships. .4% with the 13-inch guns. Less than 1% with the 8s right now. Don't tell me I'm going to take out his battleship and then not be able to finish off the light cruisers. There we go. That's a nice hit. Not bad for a 1.5% chance with the 8-inch guns. My 8s are here along the side of their casemate guns. There's another hit. Didn't do much though. Over pen. There's a big hit. Why are we doing armor-piercing shells? This should be high explosives. All right, he isn't going to do much to me at this point. There we go. Other one's trying to get away. Torpedo boat's still way back here. So here's the result. Helgoland took some pretty significant damage. Lost 400 crew. Still, it's a victory. And we're going to still keep pushing for a resolution to this war with the Japanese. Honestly, I'd like to bring it down to just me and the British, because I'm doing really well against the British at sea. I've got a chance to really do some damage to them, but I need to end the wars against the French and the Japanese. I'm just going to auto-resolve this. We'll take our chances. Because what I really need, number one, is to get my situation resolved with my transports, which I think the British are doing most of that. We're tearing up their transports and they're tearing up ours. And I have so many ships that I've had in battle that I can't send them out to go protect our transports. So until I can get everything repaired and sent back out and protect my transports, I'm spread too thin. Another one-on-one here. I'm going to try to we'll auto-resolve it. I figured we wouldn't take a sinking there. It's going to be another one-on-one battleship fight. Which battleship is this? That's one of my old ones. Honestly, I'll auto-resolve it and take my chances, because I'm going to scrap those soon anyway. Alright, we're going to try again for peace. I don't know if we can pursue peace again with the Japanese. We can't yet, but maybe we can with the French. Yeah, let's try that. Let's take a look at where we're at on research. Anything coming up? Quality Control 1 on hull construction. Steam turbines coming up. That's actually a pretty significant advance, and I'm going to try to speed that one up. Well, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it because I'm not building anything new anytime soon. I have enough ships in the queue, along with all the repairs that we're doing. What I really need is peace. Once again, a failure at peace. We just can't get peace. The British want to end. They're the ones I want to stay at war with, really. I'm really not struggling against them. Them I'm going to fight to the end. Italy and Japan go to war. Good. Maybe somebody else can take them on for a while. Kent versus a bunch of torpedo boats. I'm not feeling good about this. Can we withdraw? No. Auto-resolve? Yeah, we just lit them up pretty good. Same thing against one torpedo boat here. Quality Control 1, that reduces ship flaws. A bunch of transports lost again. Got a couple of convoy fights. Ugh. Honestly, I'm just going to try to auto-resolve some of these. I'm desperately trying to get to peace and get my ships repaired. I don't like this at all. Can we withdraw from this one? No, we can't. And I'm going to go in and withdraw because we'll be faster. Failed with peace with Japan again. Failed with peace with France again. We just can't seem to end any of these wars. Continue to lose transports. Continue to sink transports. The whole thing is just a mess. We're slowly getting our ships repaired, which is good news. The bad news is that things are looking bad in the land fight at the moment. The French are actually making significant progress toward conquering southern Germany, which is going to wipe away all the gains I've made at sea. Got a couple of convoy fights here. I'm just going to try to auto-resolve these. Nobody sank. We're just going to keep trying to get repaired. I just desperately want to end these wars. Finally, we have progress. Peace with the Japanese Empire. May 1909. What do we get to take? No land, just ships. I don't want your ships. I just want you to go away. Actually, he has some decent ships. It won't let me see what they are, though. I'd really like to take a look at them. But I guess what I'll do is I'll at least take this battleship. Anything else I'll build for myself. Yeah, I think that's it. We'll just take the cash. That's one less country we have to worry about for now. A bunch of torpedo boats. I don't think we have to worry about that. Oh, we did take medium damage, though. Jeez. Oh, yeah, get out of here from that one. Oh, you got to be kidding me. The King Edward VII. 10.5-inch guns. Yeah, I'm just going to go in and flee. Some more good news. We've signed a peace treaty with France, which is not a moment too soon because they were starting to make some major inroads on land against us, even though we were doing well at sea. Mauritania, Central African Republic, Southern Algeria. Nothing really that I want all that much. So I'm not really sure what I want to do here. I certainly don't want any of their battleships because none of them are really worth much. They're all pre-Dreadnought. I think I might just take what I can get. Maybe we'll take these two. Just to end this thing. Take the funds. It's just the British that we're fighting now. I honestly, yeah, you know what? We're going to agree to it. Just because, let's see if we can delay this. There we go. Just because what I'm thinking at this point is, while I would like to take on the British, now that I know that I can take them on one-on-one, I feel pretty good about my chances, but I need about 3 years of peace to get all my ships repaired, get my new ones that I've queued up a while ago finished, get my transport fleet rebuilt, and then go one-on-one against the British. That's what I'm really hoping for at this point. There's peace with the British. Ooh, we could take the Falklands. That would be interesting. I really wanted like Gibraltar, but we're just short of being able to take Gibraltar and nowhere near taking anything else. But we could take some of their big battleships. Cayman Islands. Interesting. Shetland. Oh, wow. Shetland, that's up off the northern coast. I would like to have Shetland. Can we take that and the Falklands? I think we will. Beautiful. So let's take a look at our new possessions. Got a Romanian alliance. So now we have Shetland up here. Really like to get my hands on Scapa Flow. I've been there. That's Orkneys. It's a really cool place to visit if you ever get the chance. And you can actually see the remnants of ships that were intentionally sunk by the British in World War II to block some of the channels from being invaded by U-boats to protect Scapa Flow. Or no, actually, was it World War II? Yeah, it was World War II. World War I is where you had some German ships get scuttled in there. World War II, you had a British battleship get sunk in the middle of Scapa Flow. All right, so finally now we're going to be able to get caught up. We've got 43,000 of shipbuilding capacity available. We're back up to 12% on transport. It's going to take probably a couple years to get back to where we were before all of that. But we're at a minus 72 million in balance because now that we're not at war, obviously our budget goes way down. So let's go ahead and unsuspend the Vetten. Dessau's almost done. Irene will go ahead and resume. And then we'll probably start thinking about scrapping some ships. Scharnhorst, I think, we'll go ahead and scrap. That was our last 1800s ship that we had left. Ostfriesland, I think we'll go ahead and scrap. I'm hoping not to be at war again anytime soon. Malkin. These are old technology at this point compared to what I have. These couple of Japanese ships that we took a long time ago. Alright, I think we're pretty good. So, I don't know what I was thinking. I've been thinking all along that Japan was behind on tech because they had been a few years ago, but now they're showing as advanced, so maybe they were further along than we realized. That said, they have 0 battleships in their fleet right now, so the good news is we set them back for a while. We're not in danger of war with anybody anytime soon, which is good. We are allied with the Soviets and the Italians. We do still show as very advanced. Our GDP is what concerns me right now. It's 99 billion, which puts me at half of what Austria-Hungary is, let alone anybody else. So I'm hoping that as we get our transports back up, that number is going to climb. And as my ships are getting repaired and refit and the new ones are hitting, I'm trying to start spreading them out so we have a little bit more of a global presence so we can deal with some of these future problems with transports. Looks like we can maybe send some more down to some of these African ports. We've got room for 16,000 in Duhala, so what can I send down there? I'd like to send at least a heavy cruiser. Not sure where we have any. The Michelle, that's a little bit older tech, but we could send the Michelle and the destroyer down there. So we'll start trying to occupy some of these ports where we're able to. We do have, it's only 1,000 tons we can park there in Galapagos. What about, I thought we took the Falklands. Did we not? I guess not. So we've got high nickel steel now as far as what we're able to build. We also got a new increase in our light cruiser size that we can build. Let's look at finances. We're back up to 37% on our transport capacity. It looks like it's climbing by about 15% per month. So hopefully we'll get back up over 100% here in the next 6 months or so. Monthly balance is getting better all the time as we increase those transports. Let's look at politics, see if that had any impact on our GDP. GDP climbed slightly, but nothing really that significant. I think it's going to take a little longer for that to stop lagging behind. 14 battleships, 10 heavy cruisers, 16 light cruisers, 10 destroyers in our fleet. We're currently building 1 battleship, 1 heavy cruiser, repairing 1 heavy cruiser. I think it's time to start building a few new ships before we wrap this episode up. So this ship I'm building is going to be completely about taking on the enemy battleships at range. I'm building this thing with long range in mind. To that end, no secondaries. We're going to have 5 sets of turrets on this thing, so we're going to have a total of 10 13-inch Mark IIIs. I dropped the draft, so it's going to have a very low profile on the water, but I expanded the beam so that we could get a little bit wider on here. I don't know if we actually need to do that. Yeah, it's this rear. It was this right here that I couldn't do with the beam lower, so I do need to go all the way back out with the beam, and then add that last 13-inch back on here. We're right at 100% engine efficiency. The balance is pretty good. I could use some more aft weight offset to make it a little better. I would like to get a little more speed on it, but we're almost maxed out on protection already. I'm also going to go with TNT, which is much better for armor-piercing shells, but also reduces greatly our chances of a fire breaking out on our own ship. And we're going to focus, I think, a little more on deck armor because we're going to be at range. And because I think I'll probably be more going away since I've got more turrets on the rear. We're going to emphasize the aft deck armor. Oh, we're already out of weight because I'd like to balance it out as best I could. We might have to actually move this to balance it out more, but I don't like spreading those out. Oh boy. Alright, we might have to reduce some speed on this thing, which I didn't really want to do. So what I've done is I've dropped the range a little bit. I've dropped the bulkheads some. We've also got some new tech, steam engines, multiple expansion steam engine 2. We've got the shaft, advanced propeller shaft for the first time. Krupp armor 2. The nickel steel armor is actually not nearly as good in terms of protection. You can see here plus 95% armor strength versus plus 40%. Everything else I think we've got about as good as we can. I still don't like how little armor we're able. These are really almost like battle cruisers, but they don't have the speed of a battle cruiser. Alright, what else can we do? We can add a little more belt to it. Aft belt to try and balance it better, but definitely need some more aft deck. That's where a lot of the balance is going to come from. Just about balanced. Alright, that's about as good as it's going to get. What's our accuracy look like? At 1,000 meters, 100%. At 10,000 meters, 9%. But with some other bonuses, I think we can increase on that pretty good. Alright, I like that. We'll build a couple of those. Go ahead and queue up 2 of those Rhineland class to start, and then we'll examine the rest of our fleet from there. Just looking in terms of age, where we're at 1900, the Victoria Louise, I think, can probably go ahead and be scrapped. Next is going to come the Jane Lou class, which were our first Dreadnoughts. But I think we'll keep them for a while yet. We'll start working on maybe some new heavy cruisers. Research-wise, we've got steam turbines are 5 months away. Nothing else major coming anytime soon that's going to make a big difference. What about gun layout? 3x superimposed large guns. All right. Let me know your thoughts. Use the comment section below. We'll be back again in a couple days with another episode. Thanks for watching.